Would be cool. Is my grind. I need a good proof. All of the good been a bit from you. I'm around. The blue, but I get confident. Oh, check this out. What? To the full 180. The station 2 3 here for a particular reason.
It's time to put the kids to bed.
And that reason is
It's time for the 4-1-8.
Oh yeah, it's time. You know it's that time of the day. Is Tuesday. The Tuesday edition of the full 180 man. I am yours truly, DJ TRKY. That's what they ask all the time, and I tell them this is why. This is why we do it, man. Every Tuesday, man. Hope you had a good time. We had a good weekend. Shout out to Grambling State University, the Grambling State University. P who? I just want to know who. Who? P. Yeah, I'll let y'all figure that out. Yeah, Grambling pulled it off, and I heard that we also pulled off the Battle of the Bands, man. Man, and I heard it was a good showing. The state fair is now open. I know you're getting ready. I am looking for this turkey leg. I am looking for this foam cake. Yeah, I'm looking for this lemonade, and I'm definitely looking for the car show. Even though the car show last year was like a real drag, I was like, this is not what I'm used to, or it's what I don't normally go to. But other than that, man, the fair is wide open. I hope you had a good time. If you checked out the fair, man, you got plenty of time, plenty of football going on at Tech Stadium as well as the Fair Park grounds. The whole crew is definitely getting in. You know, I always say family first, man. Gotta have family. Gotta have family. Speaking of family, my boy is here. Big D is here. He's in the building. He probably taking care of nephew. So it's all good. Give me 1 second here. Okay, cool. All right. I take care of something. You know, I'm always got technical things going on my side of town. I got to make it work. But this is the full 180, man. Make sure you join. Make sure you click this or scan this, and YouTube can be a part of the family. QR code. You can get in the queue. You can actually subscribe to the actual YouTube page. It'll show you. You can go through all our shows. We have been doing this literally for almost 3.5 years. Man, this is big. This all started a long time ago during COVID, sitting in my apartment, blacked out, and my partner, the mayor, Mr. Clint Baker, called me and was like, man, what studio you at? And man, we don't do it in no studio, we're doing it in my house. And we took it from that apartment to now it is now going on. We took it from that apartment to a radio station, left the radio station, and we kept it going because of technology. So yes, to all our viewers, the ones who always been faithful, man, we definitely appreciate you staying faithful, of course. Look, I want to get into something real quick. Because I don't D, you there? D, you there? Maybe not. Or maybe you can't hear me. Let's find that. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. So while we're waiting on everybody, I hope everybody can hear me, man. I got something I want to do, something brand new. I just shout out to Miss A Marie, aka Mess Around and Find Out. Look, so this is the deal. I have this new thing that I want to do, right? And it's called Fuck Around and Find Out. That's right. Mess around and find out. And I want to know what your take is, right? So you can actually chat with us from the actual uh, YouTube page, the Facebook page. If you're on Twitch, if you're on my Facebook page, you're more welcome to chat with us about this, man. But I have this thing I want to reach. So we got this new thing called Mess Around and Find Out. Let me read it to you, and I want to know what you think. Here we go. It says, divorcing my wife for being a stay-at-home mom. All right, this is how I go. I'm married. I am married. I married my wife. Both of them are 30. Around 5 years ago. We have been dating since high school. I loved how smart, ambitious, and driven she was. We bonded over academics and nerd stuff. We had both landed good jobs in the same city right after college. 3 years into the marriage, we had our baby. We had decided on sending our child to daycare after 6 months. But when 6 months were up, she refused to go to work and send our child to daycare. Her argument was if I picked up more work, we can afford a single income household and she will be saving us money being a stay-at-home parent. That it was better for our child as well. I refused. Daycare is normal. If it was only me working, I would have to work way more hours, be exhausted, and not spend as much time with my child. I said she was scared about daycare. We can work in different shifts to stay home with our baby, like tag team. She refuses, saying that that does not work for her. As mom, as mom, she needs to be with her baby all the time. This caused a huge fight between us. She quit her job. She took care of the baby during uh, during my work hours and wanted me to take care of cooking dinner on weekdays and cooking, cleaning, and baby care on weekends because stay at home mom deserves a break too. The dynamics really made me resent her. I tried communicating many times. The load of bills and insane work hours, along with not being able to enjoy time with my baby, all deeply upset me. When I was sure she is not going to listen to me, I filed for divorce. Wow. The court gave me 50-50 custody, no alimony, no child support, since I proved it was her own decision to stay home, something I never agreed upon. Her career break was around a year only. I moved back in with my parents, and they have room for our baby too. Meanwhile, let's see. Meanwhile, my ex-wife is struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. My baby stays with my mom when I work. My mom offered my ex the same, but she was so mad at me, she refused and enrolled our baby in a daycare. I refused to pay for it since she can't just leave our kid with my mom. My ex-wife and her friends are calling me an asshole. Well, I think that's right. Yeah, asshole. For divorcing her over being a stay-at-home mom and not providing any support. Man, so I ask you, this is a prime example of fuck around and find out. We never discussed this. We never talked about this. And all of a sudden, you just felt the need to just be, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna be a stay-at-home mom. It's cool. It's no problem. We doing what we doing. And that's it. It wasn't any problem. You didn't see any problem with it. So it's kind of like, okay, cool. But because of this, now they have granted me 50-50 custody. And now you do not have any rights to, um, you don't have any rights to the baby. Because now I have the 50-50 custody. And you quit now, let's comb through this, right? 6 months were up. She refused to go to work and send our child to daycare. It was discussed that we're gonna do this for 6 months, right? I was always told what's been discussed that what's been discussed, what's been discussed should be understood. So if we understand that we're only doing this for 6 months, why did you flip the script and all of a sudden say, hey, well, you know what? I'm not going. I'm gonna stay home. Like, I don't want to do this no more. It's like, what? No, no. So now you put me in a difficult position to make a choice. And I say people all the time, people get mad at people when they break up with them or they walk away or do this. Sometimes we individuals, we put people in position to have to make a hard decision. So, I mean, it is what it is sometimes. But this here, I have to say, she fucked around and found out. And no, sir, you are not the asshole. Now, many women would say, oh, well, he moved at the end with his mom. So where was I supposed to go? Was I supposed to be done and not go back? Was I not supposed to just try to take care of my kid? Was I not trying to be in my kid life? It's like, come on, let's make sense of that. You gotta make sense of that. So again, I say, if you any of your thoughts, please email them to the full 180 convo at gmail.com. We are always willing to hear what you have to say about all the things that we are talking about. Trust me, I love to hear y'all comments. What up, Mr. Black Ice? Uh, he said, PV, you know. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Uh, what's happening? She said it sounds like she became too comfortable and made a decision for both of them without discussing it with her other person involved. So she just gonna turn him into a slave without communication. Woo, that boy used a word. He said slave. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far. But she did turn him into a Poppy. Can you build me a house? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now you put more work on me. And you know what? I said this to somebody. I said, do you not understand, or do you ever think? Ain't it amazing to you how when people say, "Hey, we have this need. These are the things I need from you," right? And then from that you say, "Hey," but you never ask the other person, "What do they need?" We always tend to ask that question. And then in this particular situation, what I'm saying is, if we discuss something and this is how we're gonna act for 6 months and give it a try, cool, let's do it. But then once we get doing that, let's come back to the table and discuss. You just can't make that decision for both of us. And I understand we married and we must be a team, but come on, what are we doing? You can't make that decision. And then now you mad and yeah, you got your friends mad at me because of you put me in a situation to make a hard decision. It's like, well, who does your friends not? You know what? This is what I gotta say about the friends. That's today's quote. Let me study the quote. The quote says, your relationship does not need to make sense to anyone except you. And your partner is your partner. It's a relationship, not a community project. When I tell you we don't stop interfering with other people's relationship, there's no way I'm going to tell D if he come over here and we have drop dead conversation and he's going in and he's venting. Yes, that's my brother. I love my brother. and I'm gonna listen to him. But at the end of the day, I'm going to ask him, what time are you leaving to go back home? Because you got to go back home. You can't stay here. Now you done bounced all the ideas on me. I can tell you what I think, but at the end of the day, bro, that relationship is between y'all two. And I'm gonna love y'all regardless. But yet, let's go further. I have more information that didn't even sent to us that I thought made sense with this whole conversation, right? So let me play it for you.
And after sleep 5, she would always come back a little bit. I found interesting. So let me ask you a question. I said, what's that? I said, say we're married. We had a terrible fight. Who are the 5 people you're gonna call? And she gives me the name. It's okay. I said, you call these 5 because you guess what they're. I said, who? I said, let me figure my time. My dad, Duffy, Bill, and I give it 5 minutes. I said, if I call you, guys, guess what they're saying? I said, in order for marriage to work, 5 people I call and I'm pissed off, they have to do. And the 5 people you call, they have to defend who? Me. Wow. Which family should have said, well, listen, guys, you guys go make it work. Them no works hard. Them as your, hey, look at your wife, she takes care of the kids. Exactly. In context. Yes, so that was the one thing, and I should have got the 5 stuff.
Now you hear what he said? He said there's 5 people that he's gonna call. This person, this person, that person, this person. To get information or to get a sound mind of advice. Young people, old people, in between people. Everybody you know is not wise. I know what it says in the Bible, seek wise counsel. Everybody you know is not wise. They have opinions, and opinions are just their thoughts. They're not in it from day to day, or as Dee would say, they ain't the one picking up your dirty clothes. So there's a total difference between your opinion and what you think. But you have to find somebody who's going to give you a biased opinion. Why? Which is, I hate to toot my own horn, but my mother, aka, I would say her alter ego name is BG, right? Because when I say I'm talking to BG, that's best friend. BG gonna tell it like a T.I. is. Trust me, I done got written, rolled, and thrown away because of some of my own actions. But when I tell you, I can depend on it. It's a biased decision. And she'll listen, but she'll tell me what she thinks. But at the end of the day, it's like she tells me and I tell her, it's always your decision. Just know whatever you decide, I'm gonna roll with you. Point blank, period. That's exactly what we doing. Other than that, man. So D, what you think about that?
I only can hear it in bits and pieces about the 5, but I think I know what you're referring to. Or you, just for clarity, you're referring to the gentleman who said he had 5 friends that he talked to
Yes, sir.
in reference to his relationship.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, so I think overall, in general, like who you talk to, if they're not pushing you to a greater part of you, that includes relationally with your relationship, if they're not pushing you back to being faithful to that, then those probably may not be the best people to confide in about your relationship. I think the point is to have people around you that can be your sounding board, but then also give you, clear and honest feedback that would allow you to be better for the person that you're with. Like, you got to be careful about with those people and inviting people into your relationship. Um, which this may be a topic for another day, but sometimes you got to be careful with it, especially inviting the opposite sex into your relationship, because sometimes we think that's bro or that's sis, and bro and sis just waiting on an opportunity to have an opportunity with you, if you will. So you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? It's just in a lot of those situations, but overall, everybody needs someone that can be their sounding board that's not their mate, because if you have somebody that can be a good sounding board for you, that can help speak life into you, but also allow you to get everything out of you, so that when you go back into the conversation with your mate, that you can be an actual healthy conversation, that you're not saying nothing stupid or that would potentially end your situation or cause some damage in your situation. I just think that's important.
Yes, sir. I definitely agree with you. Our own very own LPC, soon to be therapist, is in the building. Lil Webby, aka March Madness. What's happening?
Webby face stuck.
One. My face stuck.
Yeah.
Look,
like
I wish you could. It's resting. It's resting. Like that's all I can say.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
With your face up. Oh, you moving now. You moving now.
He's moving now. You back at life. You definitely moving now.
Yeah, you alive. You
Hey.
alive. You alive. We appreciate you being alive. So let's see. We got BG said she didn't want to put the child in daycare, and now because of her own choices, stubbornness, and a lack of cash flow, she wants the baby in daycare. Mama, get off the bed. The merry-go-round. Lord have mercy. Tell y'all 100 all day. It don't stop. Trust it. So another thing I want to bring to your attention, man. I seen something very viral. So look, this is the thing I want to call. I want to say, what is your reaction? All right, I just want your reaction. What you think, what you don't think. I'm gonna show it to you, and I just want your gut feeling. All right, here we go. It says, men deserve better. You are the prize. Ladies and gentlemen, you have women now proposing to men. It's like, how do you feel about that? I mean, when I seen this picture, like when I tell you it's viral, it is viral. This is everywhere. So, Webby, I'm gonna start with you. Got to. It's a must.
Oh boy. Here we go.
I just need to know. When you look at this, what is your reaction?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Yeah, no. It says he, not she. He who finds. Not
Ooh, you sound like a robot. Oh, you sound like a robot.
Webby might have to get off and get back on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, D, why she getting off and getting back on?
Whoa. Hold on. Hold on. Look, hold on.
Oh, I didn't see her. I thought she was still having difficulty.
We got Jules in the house. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Let me.
Hold on.
Yeah, why?
Man.
I don't know what's going on.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. I was gonna
Okay.
say, I was just gonna comment and just say, like, I think it's whack. Like, if the dude ain't proposed to you, he probably not your one. I mean, like, that it's just traditional that men who finds a good wife, you know, that he initiates and proposes. It kind of solidifies that he's sure in his in that decision. You know what I mean? He's ready for the marriage. I feel like if a woman is I don't know, sometimes she could be waiting around for like a year or two or feeling like he's taking too long. But if he's taking too long, then he's probably not, you know, the one that you want. You probably just a placeholder.
That's interesting. I don't know how I would feel if a woman proposed to me. I think I would feel like a lot of pressure. For sure. I would be like, you don't want to hurt her feelings, you know what I'm saying? But you also want to do something, you also want to do it in decency and in order, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make sure it's done right, you know? And you also want to be empowered as a man to be able to make that decision without her jumping to the conclusion to just do it herself. To me, that would be a red flag. So all in all, I'm like, nah, it's kind of whack. The last time I seen it was when old girl proposed to Jim Jones. What was her name? Yeah, but she proposed to Jim Jones, and Jim Jones was like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, what you got going over here, man?
And he still hasn't married her.
I mean, that can do
Can y'all
like that's what I'm
hear
saying.
me?
We can hear you, Webby, but you still like, I don't know what it is. Try talking without your video on.
Oh, Webby.
Yeah, Webby,
She still got the
Webby
delay.
internet.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Something's
Yeah,
wrong
we
with my
can hear you a
connection.
little bit now.
You cool. You cool. It's all good. We're gonna work with it.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah, we're gonna
Sorry.
figure it out.
Nah, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Go get a ring and propose to her, brother. How about that? So, Jules, you didn't like it, huh? You didn't like the whole ring proposal thing, huh? Hello? Hello?
Jules,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
No,
got you.
I don't.
yeah.
I don't agree with it.
I mean, so is your
Can you-
man not the prize?
I mean, the man is the prize. He's everything in a relationship that you're with. You know what I mean? But men have a different process than women. Women, a lot of times we know and um we're ready. You know, it don't take us, we're not thinking about having to lead in a relationship or all the other responsibilities that come along with marriage. We think about some of those things, but that's not our role. You know what I mean? And so when a man is not ready, it can create all kind of other issues. Whether he's not confident in his career or he's not settled yet, or he don't even know if you're the right one yet. You know what I mean? I just don't agree with the process.
Okay. And Webby, did you already chime in? Did you need to speak on it?
That was going to be an absolute no for me because if we're going to go off of what the Bible says, and yes, I'm picking and choosing this moment. Yeah, it says he who finds a wife, not she. So, yeah, he. I'm not proposing. No.
But a whole lot of she's want to be he's. I'm just trying to understand.
I ain't that she. They want to be a he.
We're not talking about just you. We talking about everybody else. This
I
is not
know.
going on. This may not be going on with us, but this is something that's going on in the world right now. Women are proposing to men.
Yeah, and no, absolutely not. No.
And D, you said no?
Nah, I'm good, bro. Here's the deal. If she got on her knee, I'll be like, get up. What you doing? Get up. Like, no, that ain't it. No, whoa, hold on. No, get up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, that ain't it.
But doesn't this take away from the narrative that is being built in the world today? And I hear you women say it all the time. We teach our girls to be independent, strong. We don't need nobody. Do. So I'm trying to understand what's the hiccup? Now let me be very, very clear. Now you can't propose to me. That don't work. But this is what's going on. But then when you think about the dynamic of what's going on and the illustrations that you see when you're out and about, I mean, you have a lot of, aggressive women who, hey, you know what? I ain't waiting on him. I'm gonna tell him right now, hey, this is what I want to do for life. So, I mean, we can't, be like Jagged is. I just want to get married. We can't do that.
That ain't Jacket Edge was a group of men singing that.
singing it to
Destiny's Child. Destiny's Child was singing, Pay My Bills. They were saying, let's get married. You know what I mean? So Destiny's Child, the ministry of Destiny's Child was saying, take care of me. Right? Jack and Ed said, we want to get married. And the twins still ain't married.
But now you got women talking about INDEPENDENT. She got an all card.
Listen, we'll be happy. She ain't independent.
Boy, never mind.
Nah, I'm messing with you.
So much to say. So much to say. We're not gonna get it. No.
No, wait a minute. Why don't you say it? What am I missing out on here? What am I missing out on here?
Because she know. You know that you know. You know that you know, Flair. Don't you?
You know that
very.
You know that I know.
Very independent.
So, can I pose a question?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Then we're gonna get to the top.
So if a dude accepts a proposal from a woman, what does that make him?
A simp?
Why gotta make him a simp? Why can't make him a husband?
Nah, just playing. Nah, obviously he's gonna be her husband. That's what it's gonna be. I'm just playing around. But that's what it's gonna be.
She gonna take his name. She gonna be supportive, submissive.
No. That's right. He gonna take her last name.
Man, I wish I would.
He gonna take her last.
I wish I would.
Right.
I wish I would.
He gonna take her last name. I'm telling you.
I wish. Like Steve the Entertainer say. I wish. Well, look, I don't want to hold it any longer, man. Look, Webby's here. We gotta get into the topic because I want her to get into it. She gonna get deep back into NASA. You hear me? So today's, man, this is what we discussed. Do black women pass up on good men? Before she get into it, let's give you a little feedback. It's been this viral thing going on with Tyler Perry. He said some words. Hey, Tyler Perry, I love you, brother. Please come to Dallas. Me and D got some business with you. Come talk to us. We can, yeah, let's just set a movie out at the new Crest building that D just put up. But let me provide you some context, and then I'm gonna let Lil Webby take it from there. Here we go.
Listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I'm back in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you. Yeah. That's somebody who came to love you at your worst, right? Yeah. And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff. You can have the light bill, baby. You can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in because that means, no. I need somebody they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have. But go on, keep your list, baby. Yeah. God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make.
Lil Webby?
That video is exhausting. It's exhausting because the practical mind in me wants to attempt to understand what he was trying to say is like, woman, if you're the primary breadwinner and your guy doesn't make as much money as you do, but he's still a good man, then what's the issue? But I think when he threw in the whole if all he can pay is the light bill, then that should be good enough. My soul just irked in that moment because it almost, and because of that, other viral videos have gone, other videos have gone viral because it almost paints a narrative that we as Black women are having to be financially responsible for men. And I know that there's going to be an argument, well, that's how it's been. You know, traditionally men have been financially responsible for women because if they were stay-at-home wives, and then the third, that was their contribution. But to say if that's all that he can do financially, that's a lot. And that's a lot for people who are stay-at-home wives. That's a lot for that one person to be financially responsible for the entire household. That's a lot. And it comes with its own pros and cons. I did stay-at-home wife thing for 4 months and I was banging my head against the wall. That's not for me. But I just didn't think that Tyler Perry himself, as a multi-million-dollar individual, had the audacity to say such thing, because you're not even in that tax bracket and haven't been for the better part of 10 to 15 years of your life. So, I mean, Jules chime in because you're another woman on this show. So that was my thought process with that. It was just like the audacity and the gall to say that that's what we have to do. And not all women who make significantly more than their dudes feel that way. Feel that they have to be equal or lesser than to them in their annual earnings. Not all Black women feel that way. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't, but not all do. So that's just my thought on that. Come on, Jules. I know you ain't leaving me out here by myself, drinking by myself. So
I'm not. I'm just saying, just don't say. It is an exhausting video. Like that whole concept of
it's exhausting.
Part that triggers probably you and me both is the fact that he said that if all he can pay is the light bill. And my first thought process is like, a light bill is maybe $250 max, maybe $400 in the summertime. And I mean, then I start to think about calculating that down to an hourly rate and like how much money you really making and what kind of job you got and like what kind of energy are you really putting into trying to help provide for your household. And it's just a whole nother like rabbit hole to go down. Like I understand the concept of, being with someone who doesn't make as much money as you, but their hustle is just as hard as yours. And they may bring in, say, if you are, as Black women, we rise faster than in corporate world, faster than Black men in some cases. So some say our salary may be 20% more than his. No big deal. I'm just saying. Just perspective. It's like, is he bringing enough to the table to help, like truly help? And it's his intention to care and take care of his family. Now, if he's taking care of his family in, greater ways, like spiritually, helping out at home and other ways where she doesn't have to fill in some of those things, then, I mean, I think it's really based on what you and your partner agree to. What you and your partner agree to at the end of the day.
And there was another video, and she was saying, why are we having to be financially responsible for our men? And this talking about the Tyler Perry situation, and this one I can understand because she like, there's nothing wrong with holding your man down. If he down, you up, whatever. I got you, babe. All of it, whatever. But there's a difference in I hold you down in that versus you got a pipe dream that you ain't never got off the ground. That's a whole different situation. And that's a lot of that going on. You meet guys when I was dating prior to my current relationship who say that they want to start a business, and 5 years later ain't not a piece of a business, ain't nothing on the blueprint. There's nothing. But then you get held responsible or be held captive to their dreams that had nothing to do with you. That's not fair. But then you'll be the first one that they say, oh, you not supporting me, you not doing this, you not doing this. But sir, it's your dream. Yes, I'm here to support you. But at the end of the day, it is your dream. It's what you want to do. And I'm gonna cheer you on. I can't read your comment and think at the same time. And cheer you on with that. But to make me solely responsible for your dream, that's a problem. And fair.
It's whack. So if you got a dream and you got to hustle, you got a dream and you got that hustle for your dream, then you're not going to put that burden on your wife. What you're going to do is you're going to go get you a second job so you can build up a savings so that you can pour into your dream to help build for your family. And when that dream becomes bigger than your job, then that's when you quit and you do your job full time. You know what I mean? You do your dream full time and leave the job, let go of the job, but you don't put the financial burden on your family. Have her out here doing, because for women, that financial stress is, it's a different kind of animal than it is for men. And I feel like that it doesn't allow us, you want to talk about how we are strong and we're Black and we are masculine because we're having to lead in those ways that are not intended for us to lead in.
Yeah. No, but I can agree as a person who lives alone and have my own car, house, and all this other stuff. And so, I've assumed a lot of those roles because I live alone. And so that's a different pressure and still having to come home, cook, clean, and take care of my daughter when I get home. So yeah, that's a lot. And then for you to say, oh, well, shoot, baby, all I can pay is the light bill. I'm be like, whoo, okay. I know we just said a lot. But
go ahead, D.
I don't want to do bad all by myself. I want to be.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You
same money as me.
You want to do real bad by yourself. You're gonna be real bad by yourself.
No, I don't.
Some of y'all gonna be broke and lonely and go back to Jesus. But go ahead, D.
Listen. At the domino table, it's some of the best cookouts I've ever been at. When there's some gambling going on, there's this term that's typically used at the table. But they say broke money or scared money don't make no money, right? So no, I don't even know what the hell I'm about to say after that. But anywho, I would say as it pertains to this situation particularly, right? Gosh, this is the same reason why men wait, right, to marry, right? Just flipping it on the flip side, men just they know they ain't got their stuff together, so they don't want to even ask you to marry them. They want things. There is a such thing as men want things to be a certain way so that they can ask you to marry you, right? And what's difficult is when you ain't got like the things that you ideally want to have in place to bring a wife in, you just don't, it keeps you away from actually even pursuing, right? Sometimes that keeps people in situationships so long, or relationships that eventually turn into situationships, because it's one of those things where, hey, I don't have everything together. Now, that's not an excuse, obviously. And that is a real reality at the same time. As it pertains to Tyler Perry's statement there, whatever floats your boat, man. Some women are very wealthy. There's some women out there that's doing some really cool things and they're making a lot of money and they lonely. And if we were to keep it honest, some of these women out here paying for men. Just like women just like men pay for women at times, unfortunately. There are women out here paying for men to come kick it with them for the weekend. Come be their date at the company party.
Cougars.
Or, hey, I'm at the company conference. I'm at this conference. I'm gonna fly you out and you kick it in my hotel with me while I'm out here at this conference. There are so many different like avenues that women flex they bread just like. So I don't think it's a man or woman thing, but I do think it is something that strokes egos, no matter if you're a man or a woman, right? Also, the last thing I would say is, as it pertains to, a woman just, hey, if that's what she want to do, like, hey, she want to make sure her man taken care of, great. But there are women too that don't care. They just don't think that way. That's just not how they're wired. We listen to Tyler Perry, Chad Johnson, everybody familiar with Ocho Cinco at some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Ocho Cinco was on the show with Shannon Sharp, and he said, "Man, look, I'm finna get married. I proposed to my wife. We happy. We're gonna get married." And she came in here and brought me a prenup. He brought me a prenup. He like, nah, Like, he said, nah, man. Hold on, the roles are reversed. Now I'm the stay-at-home guy. I'll look after the kids and I'll make sure everything's taken care of at the house. I get to play video games all day. Now she want to bring me a prenup. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, it's just whatever floats your boat. That might not work for Webby and Jules, but there is a woman that's loaded, that just want a man, and she's gonna do what she got to do to keep that man. I've seen it. I've seen wealthy women marry these young brothers. They come get them. These cougars come get these young brothers. And well, I know one right now that is married to a older woman who is filthy rich, and he don't have to work ever again in his life.
He got a bonnet and a duster. He walking around the house. What you want for lunch, baby? What you want for lunch? Okay,
no,
so
he don't have to do that. He don't have to do that, bro. No, absolutely not. They I'm telling you, but if it works for them, it works for them,
Hey,
but
so D, you correct. What works for you works for you. So let's break down what he said. Tyler Perry said, if you get a man that can only pay the light bill, then that should be cool. He said, but if he supports you, he loves you, this man takes care of you, he does this, checks off all these other boxes, then why not be with the man? So this is a precise moment when I say, when you be talking to somebody and they say, hey man, I'm finna go to my mama's house, and you be like, I don't want to go. They heard you say, oh, you don't like my mama. That ain't what I said. What I said was, if that's all he can do is pay the light bill, but he checks off all the other boxes, why couldn't he be a good man? That's what I heard the gentleman say. And to what further D's point, yes, this is why some of y'all been waiting 4, 5, 10, 12, 15 years to be married. Because he ain't gonna marry you. Because of the statement you just made. So guess what he doing? He gonna make sure his paper right. He gonna make sure everything is good. And then at that point, when he marry you, guess what? He ain't gotta ask you for nothing. Why? Because he's the sole one. He the one runs the house. He got the money. He's the boss to pay the cost. Ricky Smiley says it himself. When he's in a relationship, he pays every bill in the house. What does that do? That makes him, quote unquote, a dictator. Some men use it the wrong way. Some men use it the right way. But that makes it a dictator. Because if something needs to go down, guess who's gonna get cut off first? You. Why? Because I take care of everything in her. I pay the car note, I do this, I do that, I do this. Now that's depending on who the man that you marry as far as his character. Now, if his character is totally different from what I just described, then you got a good one. And to go further, y'all talking about supporting the man's dreams and this and that. How many Black women are entrepreneurs? Many. Maybe I say more than 50, right at this moment, more than 40,000. There are Black women entrepreneurs. Who you think supported some of these women while they was up late at night? Who was the model for them to sew something together? Who took the pictures? Who did this? Who did that? Who was working while you was at home trying to live out your dream? So that whole garbage about, oh, I ain't finna, this your dream. Well, it wasn't my dream for you to become a fashion designer. But since we married, this is what you want to do. And the two became one. Me as your husband, I support you. So you telling me that I have dreams and aspirations and you can't support me? Well, we can't be together. Period. It's a
That's not what we said.
It's done. Yeah, that's exactly what she just said. She just said if it ain't her vision, it's his vision. Okay, cool. If it's his vision and he don't necessarily got it all down or put it all together or he's working it out, there's women who are working their vision out right now to be an entrepreneur. And that man is the one that's going to work. That man is the one taking care of the house. That man is supporting you when you need to go buy fabric, this, and that. Period. I have an aunt and uncle right now. My uncle works. And she stay at home. And she has created a business with t-shirts and making t-shirts, doing this, doing that. She has orders out the wazoo. But when it was up and coming, she did work, but then she stopped working. My uncle, they had a conversation in support of that. Let's go even further. I'm gonna take it all the way back. My own grandmother, she worked, but my grandfather took care of everything. Now he's a man of character, right? So he didn't use it as a dictatorship against it. But if anything my grandmother wanted to do, he supported her in it. When my grandmother wanted the whole TK bake sale on radio, he supported her in it. He didn't stand back and not say, oh, that's something you wanted to accomplish. Might not have been a vision, might not have been an entrepreneur job, but you wanted to do that. So I'm going to support you. And in my recollection, my thing is, if the key is for us to be married and we're supposed to serve one another, your whole dialect of if you are this woman, and let me say it again, because we're not saying anybody on the show. If you are this woman who has this recollect or this mindset as like I've heard, I ain't trying to build a brother. Well, ain't the purpose of us coming together is to build a legacy, build financially, build a home, build spiritually, build mentally. Together, we're gonna have bumps and bruises in the road. But at the end of the day, we are here to serve one another. But if you can't support it, how you gonna serve?
I have a question though, like with that, like we do it in a professional sense, right? Webby, I'm Jules, I'm Tricky. I think there's a such thing as shared goals, right? Right? There's a shared goal, there's a framework, right? That we think through when we start considering business, when we consider cohesiveness within the work environment. What happens within the relational frame? What is the relational framework that you guys are building together? What is the shared goals that you guys come up with together? What are those things that you're working towards that is acceptable and pleasing before the Lord as it pertains to your relationship? What are we doing, right? You know, what are we, keyword, we, right? What are we doing? Like, and what plan are we putting together? Like the most difficult thing, man, in any really committed relationship, especially marriage, is when two becomes one. That process with two people are trying to be one. And what rivals that, what makes that like a competition is when two people can't agree. And when two people can't agree, the relationship can't be blessed. Let's take that biblically.
Let's say
Matthew 18:19 talks about the culture of agreement, right? With two coming together and agreeing, it's done in heaven. When we start talking about, when we start getting to the nitty gritty of it, we got to consider each other. We got to have shared, like, what are we working? Can we work together to develop shared goals? Can we compromise to really ensure that you are being who God called you to be, and you are being who God called you to be, and together we're working that out. Sometimes that's difficult to get to because our egos get in the way of that. I'm caring about what you're making in this season, when this season you might not be making a dime, but next season, if we ride this out together, I'd be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? It's just uncommon sometimes, right? My wife made more money than me when we were dating. She made a nice bit amount more money than me. I was still up and coming. That was, it was some of the stuff that was coming with me, right? But I did have a job though, y'all. Let's be fair. I did have a job. I was still pursuing my career, but I was not in a position that I am now. I've had to work hard, and God has blessed our situation. And at the end of the day, like, that was a process. Because I mean, you talking about paycheck to paycheck, my nigga, boy.
Now, indeed. Now think about it. Go along with the title. Now, if she would have said, "Man, forget this brother. He doing too much." So would you say, as we look here, as the title of the show, do black women, that black woman almost passed up a good man? If she would have had that mindset. And I'm not making this indicative. Well, this is the title show, but I'm not making indicative to women, because a lot of you brothers, y'all go out here, and I'm gonna say it like I want to say it. Y'all out here fucking up your for show for some more, and your some more don't even add up to your for show. Like, what is you doing? Like, Beyonce told y'all upgrade. Jay-Z went from Rihanna to Beyonce. Yeah, that's upgrade. Some of y'all be downgraded, and then your downgrade become your baby mom. I don't understand. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Some of you brothers, y'all, I mean, you complain. You're not gonna get everything from your woman. Quit thinking that. You're not gonna get everything. I believe you probably get maybe 87%. You know why I say that? Because the other part got to be grace and mercy. Because she's not gonna do everything right. She human. We still flesh. And women says it all the time. The flesh keeps count, right? But when love come into play, then you start really weighing the scales of nah, I can't go there because you can't do this, because I'm accustomed to this and you don't do this. I'm accustomed to this. You don't do this. And I'm not talking about cooking or anything. I'm talking about when you find somebody to get into the details of you, like the little bitty things, the things of like your favorite candy, and hey, she likes to go to this favorite restaurant. This is what she eats here, 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 here. When I go out, I can tell you exactly what she drink, what she eat, the whole night. Because I've been a student of her. But some of you brothers got it good at home and be out here playing with the girl that, I'm not knocking on where you work, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? The girl that work at, if she's not a manager at Starbucks, then what are you doing? Or if she work at a bar, she a waitress. Bro, they make $2.32. Tips are very good. But I mean, I'm gonna let you have it, D. At a certain time,
no, I'm sorry.
No, you good. You have to weigh the scales. And I see it all the time. Brothers out here messing off, but then you got a good woman at home. I don't get it. So it just ain't men, black, ain't just women. Men do the same thing. Go ahead, D, my bad.
No, straight up. I got a question for dear Webby and dear Jules, right? My question to y'all: does money influence leadership, relationship? Does how much you make influence if a man can lead you or not in a relationship?
No. Money ain't never moved me.
Excuse me? You sound like a robot. Yeah, we can hear you, but you just sound like a little robot.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
I said, money ain't never moved me. So money doesn't equate leadership for me. I think sometimes it can make it worse for some men if they have money and their leadership skills aren't as great, then they use money to hide behind the lack of leadership.
Yep.
But for me personally, no.
So, Jules,
I
go
agree.
for it,
I
Jules.
do think that money dictates whether or not, I can have a relationship with you or not, or if you are a good leader. I think how you manage your life with the money that you have determines that.
I like that. So I'm gonna ask you this second follow-up question. Dear Jules, dear Willie, right? Because Jules, we keep an hourly rates at this point. I just want to make sure.
I'm just saying the
That was
hourly
good.
rate.
That was good though. That was
Yeah,
good.
hey, when you break that down hourly, right? I just
I
want to
was
make sure
like,
when we break,
ooh, come on.
no, Jules was detailed, baby, thorough. So with that being said, like does the amount, right? Like maybe he may not have an amount to do life together. Like, and maybe, well, let me say it this way. It depends on the relational status. So I got to be careful there. But like, what does it impact how serious you take a man if he can't afford to always, if he just can't afford you? Let's just say that if he can't afford you, does it impact how serious you take a man or afford your lifestyle?
I don't think that. I don't think when you say he can't afford me.
Yeah. I think within reason, Jules, I think you think about when I say afford you, I'm thinking about there's you as the person, right? Right. But then also you thinking future trajectory, you have children, right? Would that be fair to say?
Yep.
And at the end of the day, you got kids, you got those the little ones you got to take care of. You got you know what I'm saying? And as a woman, like you got a man that's interested in you, but he may not be able to afford you. In this, how would that influence your relationship?
When you talk about afford me in the sense of being able to provide and care for me and anything
Yes.
futuristically, I think that if is that with the idea that he's going to have to do that by himself, like without me? Because if it's somebody who is managing his life well with what he has now, it shows me that as we grow, he'll be able to manage our lives well.
Yeah,
so
I
think that it just depends on how he's living his life. If he can afford me in that sense, and if I feel like he is managing his life well, and we both have potential together, then it's not a problem.
Okay.
So I have a comment. BG says Black women don't want to take care of a man, but the expectation is for a man to take care of them. Women, please look up the word reciprocity.
We got the dictionary. We got the real live dictionary.
Look, we got Webster everywhere we go.
We got Webster everywhere we go, baby.
Everywhere we go. Hey, I always have this theory. I can't wait till she do it live when she corrects somebody. No, the context of what you're meaning in that word is this. I cannot wait. That is going to please my soul. But yes, that is a big thing, reciprocity. Like I said at the beginning of the show, the gentleman, when they discussed that 6 months, they was going, she was going to take off and then take care of the baby. And then all of a sudden she just decided, oh, I'm not going back to work. You can just work harder. Or as Chris said, turned her into a slave, I guess. I don't know. But
man, that's please.
I'm not gonna use it.
Please.
So I was just like, okay, I love it. But even in that sense, man, we have to, and I say it's just like the selfish part of us has to wither, has to diminish some type of way when you're talking about being in a relationship, or if you're talking about dating, or if you're talking about exclusivity. I don't like that word. But if you're talking about that, if you're talking about marriage, that selfishness mindset has to be out the way, because it's no longer about you.
It's about us. Language tends to mess up a whole lot of things on how you talk. So, and that gives us, we always say, we refer things to the Bible. That's what makes me think when they say the tongue is a dangerous thing for anybody. The tongue speaks a lot of life into what you're saying. Now, and I agree with it. Don't get me wrong. Tyler Perry comment, maybe the wrong example. And no, he doesn't live in that tax bracket. And then again, he does not. I don't even know if he's married or not. I need to look that up. But that's one of them things that he gave. He's not married. So he gave that opinion based upon what he's seen other couples do. And I agree, whatever works for you, works for you. What works for my grandfather, works for them. Webby says it all the time. We don't live back in 1950 and 60 again. And I understand it. At that point, what I said about with my grandparents was evident. You can do that. As we have evolved as a people, what I mean by a whole bunch of y'all have moved out the hood, built y'all house that y'all probably can't pay for, or y'all are paying for it because now you got better jobs. Think about all the people that live in Mansfield. Think of all the people that live in Midlothian. Half of those are Cedar Hill or DeSoto. Some of them people came from PG, Pleasant Grove, Holly Hills, where in Fort Worth and Dallas, the south side of Fort Worth, wherever the case may be. But they bettered themselves, and now they have, as I'm gonna use this cliche, moved on up like George and Wheezy, and now you living in this 5-bedroom house and doing X, Y, Z. We live in a time now, yeah, it takes two. Sometimes it takes two because some of us trying to live like the Joneses. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? The baby gotta get a job too. So what's she work at? Chick-fil-A? That's where she gonna be at. I am not giving him no shout out, but I do like Chick-fil-A. Anyway, but yeah, it takes two. So it's to me, it's indicative. We have to support each other. We have to understand in our mind that this is a we thing, not a you thing. So if we're gonna be in it, be in it. If we not, but if we gonna half-ass, then why waste your time? And I mean what I said. Plenty of dudes I see all the time. Bro, I know your wife does like this, and that, and you playing with her? She only like she can buy you a piece of bubble gum. Why? Why? I never understood. So he referred to the light bill, I think it was a little more deeper than that. Now he did use an example, but I do think, yeah, there are some men who pass up good women. Why? Because they're shallow. We looking for the chick that's in the weight room all day, that's fit with the thick thighs, the big booty, and all that, that's all they got to offer. Or and I'm gonna throw this in here, as Jules would say, she had a whole conversation in one of her groups. Hey man, let us know when it happens again because I want to go. The 666 brother, 6 inches, 6 figures, 6 foot. It's like, are you serious? Now I know somebody who dated that brother. All them brothers she dated that was 6 foot and over gave her all the hell in the world. She has now been married to a dude that's 5'8". And they have 3 kids. And she's living her best life. Why did I say that? Because sometimes that picture you see ain't real. Touch it. It might be fake.
And that's that whole idea of, are we missing out on a good man? Is that it's like, what stereotypes or what unrealistic checklists are we keeping, or standards that we're holding to a man before we actually date him or consider being serious with him? You know, are we weeding him out because he's not tall enough? Are we weeding him out because he's not making enough money? Are we weeding him out because, he not packing, or even, he's not in the career place that he would like to be. And that's why I say you have to really just, decide on what you want and what you're looking for and what actually makes you happy, because some of that superficial things, those things change over time. And you know, it's
what?
I'm just saying, you messing me up over here with these comments in the background. So stop commenting until I say it out loud. Sometimes I feel like we do miss out on those if we use those as ideas. I'm not reading them no more. If we use those as, you know, standards that are unrealistic in our lives, you know, that don't really have an impact on a relationship, how tall a man is does not have a real impact on your relationship. It may give you a false sense of security, but I mean, he could be tall as, you know, as Goliath, and then be the person that be like, hear a noise and not go check it out for you, or not stand up for you, or something is happening to you and he's not standing in, you know, he's not protecting you. You know, something going on in the backyard and you the one in the backyard looking with a flashlight. You know what I mean?
Hold on,
like,
whoa, Jules. I have to disagree with you with that. Listen, I'll be scared too. Listen, we both be scared. Hold on, talk about. I'm gonna go back there, but I'm scared. I'm just as scared as you are. I just want to let you know, like, I'm scared too.
You gonna go back there because that's the protector.
I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna go back there, but I'm scared. I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying.
But my example is, you know, if he is, you know, physically bigger than you, you know, like you want him to be, and he can still be just as scared and not do it at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, you could be scared to get up out of your bed because you think somebody in the house, and he's gonna be right there with you instead of going and, you know, trying to figure it out or calling the police or doing something. You know what I mean? That's not, you know, we sometimes think of, you know, just those physical aspects are going to protect us, but they're not. Even like when somebody that's financially savvy or financially well off, he could be a frugal man, you know what I mean? And you get nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why he got so well. He could be a Scrooge. You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of other things. He could have those 6 inches and know nothing, know what to do with it, and you hurt.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Black Eye says a woman can. Go ahead.
You said Black Eye said what now?
So Black Eye said a woman can tell if you have that drive, that hustle. I got witness DJ Tricky. Yeah, he does. Yeah, his wife. Yeah, she doesn't play no game. She's a very strong-headed woman. She can handle her own. But when I tell you she does, I'm not gonna say play her role. She plays her part. She plays her part for the partnership. She really does. BG says at the end of the day, take care of each other, however that looks in your relationship. How, you know, all people always say, take care of what's around your zip code. What works around your zip code might not work around mine. So, you know, I got to find my way of doing what I need to do. And y'all in these comments, boy, this whole that meat we don't want no lazy thrusting back either. Like, you don't want a little meat. We need you to put in some work. So a couple things. They don't
want them little smokies, man.
Yeah. You got to do some things for not to get these little smokers. I'm just saying, you know. Look, man, it's about that time, man. 2 minute drill.
Oh,
We appreciate you. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. We're gonna wrap this up, you know, and this is what we call the 2 minute drill. Last 2 minutes of what you feel, what we're talking about. Even if you are commenting or watching the show, you can do your last 2 minutes too. I'll read it. But we do this with each other and just give you our last and final thought. So Webby, great job as usual. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. You hustled and bustled and got here. So I thank you for your commitment. So you start us out, please.
By all means, in all seriousness, do what's in your relationship was best for you. If she make more money, cool. If he make more money, cool. As long as each partner is contributing to the relationship, they're setting goals for each other. Setting goals for the relationship and being supportive for each other's individual goal. And I said this in the chat, but I'll say it publicly. We have to remember that support is subjective, and you the person who wants to support has to clearly define to your partner what support looks like. Support is not in the eyes of the interpreter. That's where people go wrong, but that's for another conversation. I'm done.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Jules, our own custom made jewelry. I'm talking about it's priceless. Talk to us.
I'm just gonna keep it brief as usual. You know, I'm a piggyback on Webby as well. As you know, do what's best for your relationship. Do what's best for you. If you know you can be with somebody that is not bringing much to the table, but they bring in everything else. I mean, that's your decision. Don't let nobody else judge you, or try to make you feel bad about your decision. If you need a dude that got a lot, that's your decision.
I knew where she was going with that. Oh, so D know to end this with a prayer. So I'll say this because I don't want to say it after he said, look, this is mine. This is what I'm gonna say to you right now. I'm gonna put it not that. No, that ain't what I want you to put it. What I do with it. So yeah, my bad. I had it all set up nice and pretty too. I don't even know what I did with it. But basically what it says is that look, bottom line. All right, I apologize. So what I was gonna say was everyone F's up. It's the steps you take after that you F'd up that defines the person you are. Backstory. If you messed up a situation, please don't go to your girl or your wife and ask her, well, how you want me to fix it? She didn't help you mess it up. Have some integrity, have enough responsibility, have enough accountability to be, hey, look, you know what? I didn't do that right. I messed up. I apologize. And let me fix it. Let me show you that I can fix it. Like brothers, and I ain't talking to the ladies, brothers, show some humility sometimes. It's cool to be big and strong. You want to be sexy for your girl and slang that meat on the corner like you do. But at the end of the day, bro, be a soft pillow where she can just lay down and lay her head down after a long day and just be at peace. After the football game. No, I'm playing. But yes, so she can be at peace. But don't ask her how to fix something that you messed up. That doesn't make sense. Not at all. So, Big D, handle your business. No pun intended. Whoa, yeah. So,
No, sir.
I had a great time with you guys tonight. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm distracted. All I can tell you is this. I think that just off the strength of this conversation, man, like what God has for you is gonna be for you. Bottom line, like your situation is your situation. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like sometimes immaturity can keep you in situations longer. They can make you sign up for things that you never thought you would. You just got to understand what your principles are, what your values are, and what you're willing to have faith to step into. So all in all, a lot of that sounds real general, but the truth is, man, like your situation is going to be your situation. Each situation is different. There's no perfect situation. So the hope is that everybody can have the right situation for them. And sometimes it takes time to get to it. Everybody is not, this is the perfect way to end it, I would say. Something that came off the podcast I do, other podcasts I do. Evolution. People evolve. You know what I'm saying? People evolve, right? Who they are today, that doesn't mean that's who they're going to be later. Are you willing to, get with someone and walk that evolution out with them? That's the question. Which takes that's where those patient love, not keeping track of wrongdoing, all of that stuff gets in there, into play. Faith, hope, and love. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
without further ado, we can pray. And
Let's
make
go.
enough hourly to pay that. Make enough hourly. We'll put that in our prayers. Because Jules is our HR. And we want to make sure that our hourly rates for these brothers, we gotta make sure these hourly rates are on point. All right.
For the light
Thank you, Father,
and water bill.
For the light, for the water bill, for just the utilities. So just say that utilities, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Jules. Jules gonna kill us. All right.
Go ahead, bro.
So thank you, Father, for this time. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to just fellowship and have fun together.
Thank you,
Granted that
Lord.
we are just able to just come into each other's presence, see one another, lay eyes on one another, crack jokes, and have a great chat session while we're doing this time. And Father, we just praise you, man, because we get a chance to enter into your presence anytime we open our eyes. And as long as we have breath, we have that opportunity. Father, we just pray, God, that you would continue to give us wisdom and that you would continue to show us the areas in our lives where we can mature and where we can evolve and be better, in hopes that we draw closer to you with our lifestyle, that we draw closer to you with our thought processes, and that we draw closer to you as we serve others and minister to others about how good and how faithful you are. Your word teaches us to taste and see just how good you are. And so let us lean into that goodness. Let us lean into your faithfulness. And the prayer and the hope is that, when Christ comes, that, we'll spend eternity with you. We love you. Please forgive us for our sins and all the ways we wanted to sin and where we sinned it in our mind, or the ones that we've even executed and the ones we don't know. In your son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Look, man, we thank you for joining us tonight. Always BIG, believe in God because he believes in us. You know, I live by 3 mantras. Faith and fear cannot dwell in the same place. I said 2, not 3, 2. And the last one is, while you're on this side, before you get to the other side, remember to always love, live, laugh. Man, we're going to be out of here on this Tuesday, man, on behalf of Mr. D. Lewis. Make sure you check out his podcast, The Husband What?
Husbandhood.
Husbandhood. You can also check out Lil Webby. She got people. She taking clients. It's almost
Hold
there,
on,
man.
time
It's
out. What you
almost there.
taking clients for, Webby?
She taking clients. Lay on this couch. Tell me your issues.
Whoa.
I'm in school to be a therapist. So I'm finishing up my practice.
Okay.
So I'm almost done.
You know, that's my background too. So,
Teacher by day, therapist by night.
Come on, therapist. Hold on now.
Hold on. I said teacher by day, therapist by night.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
And she like playing with minds. This evidently.
Okay.
And in our own custom jury, man, you can catch her anywhere doing a couple situation or going to a couples thing. She just went to one. Man, look, our next time I think we're going to join her. But yes, join us here every Tuesday at 7:30. This is how we do it. It's called a full 180. No longer the 360, baby. We are traveling in the full 180, trying to become better and better every day. The journey of healing never stops. And if you think you already healed, I got another thing to tell you. Look, I'm going to take you out with an oldie but a goodie, and I think it fits the show. We're going to take you all the way back to Waco, Texas, 1994, 95. These brothers told you you need to find an unconditional love. High five. Man, we out of here. We'll see you next Tuesday right here on the Full 180.
Yeah, I'm thinking slow. You're better guy. And you're letting me. I can never say no. Anything that you ask, and really want to give me, yeah. How far will you go? That's the way. Girl, I'm head over heels in love with you, and I need to know what it means to you. With all this madness going round, I really think it's time that we settle down. Be my only girl. Tell me only man. Tell me, girl. Is honesty, and that's the way it goes. Tell me how far you go, girl. Never fight or die. I need a I won't be there, baby. And that's how I keep the frozen. I'm just enough for you. It's important for couples to stay together. You know, all this madness going around, you don't know what's going to happen. It's about time. I need somebody in your corner. A man's going to stay by you times and times. And no matter what happens, I'll be there for you. When you say the same.
Really, folks.